Standing on the top now. No, nothing can move you.
Recently, let me bring this up. The Democratic Party began to roll out some ads reaching out to black people because they realize black people are fed up, especially foundational black Americans. We fed up. We've seen the games. We've seen the trick sleight of hands and all this kind of crap. We're done. Either you're going to support our mission, support our vision, support our platform, support our reparations movement, or we ain't voting for you. You could talk about how scary this person is and how scary that person is and all threat to democracy. You've been threatening our democracy forever. You give us a little bit and take back 20, most of it, forever. You won't give us true equality, which the height and the closure of true equality is in finances, because we helped build this country, but we did not profit on it on a level that white society from settlers profit on it. But let's get to this ad. Just going to go over real quick. This is from The Hill. New Rolling Sea Action Fund Pack set to mobilize black voters ahead of 2024. Why do you feel like you have to mobilize? I mean, my thing is, why is this an article? Because black folks have been voting for you 80 to 90%. Your problem ain't black people. Your problem is everybody else but black people. But the problem with you is you don't take care of the people who always get you to win, or at least barely getting you over a hump. And let me tell you something. If you lost, the reason you didn't lose by a landslide is because you had that black support. The black support was there for you more than anybody. 80 to 90s is our support game. 80 to 90. So the problem is never blacks. I don't know why they say, oh, we got to get the black vote out. The black vote always been out for you. It's just that we're getting frustrated because we the one that get you to win, but you help everybody else but us. And we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. So they got this picture, John Lewis. You think that impressed black people, man? Only these old school Democrats who've been, this. I did a politician video about John Lewis. Me and John Lewis got in it one time at the Schomburg here in New York City. And I asked him a question about him lying, saying that Hillary Clinton was at the protests, the civil rights protests. And fact checkers say, no, they wasn't. They wasn't even really like that back then. So, I mean, she was a Barry Goldwater girl, so she couldn't be at no freaking protests. So when I confronted them about that, man, they looked at me like, yo, I can't believe this Negro exposing me. No, I'm not trying to expose you, dude. I'm just trying to tell you you're lying. And you're supposed to be our icon and our heroes, and you're lying to us to try to keep us on the on the field of the Democratic Party instead of letting us make the decision who we want to vote for. We don't belong to you. We're not your pets. We're not your puppets. We don't belong to you. We shouldn't have no allegiance. Too many of us do, and that's why you take advantage of us, because we've been so loyal to you and always there for you, always getting you to win. If you lost, you barely lost because of the black vote. But if you lose and if you don't win, you got to look at how you're treating the black people, and black people getting fed up and they're detaching themselves from these political parties. You got to look at yourself. It's not the black vote. It's your neglect of black people that's causing black people to become independents, causing them to become Republican, causing them to even go on Trump's side, which is crazy. But, me, I'm not a registered Democrat or nothing. I'm an independent. I go with where my heart tells me to go. I'm not part of your freaking army. I'm not part of your cult. But let me get into this. The Congressional Black Caucus is launching a super PAC to mobilize black voters ahead of 2024 in an effort to give the House Democrats a majority, and in the process elect the nation's first black Speaker of the House. The Rolling Sea Act Fund will raise money as well as invest in different advertising campaigns in the upcoming election. The Democrats currently hold 212 seats in Congress. Meanwhile, they need to flip up 5 seats. So the Rolling Sea Action Fund will raise money as well as invest in different advertising campaigns in the upcoming election. The Democrats currently hold 212 seats in Congress, meaning they need to flip a minimum of 5 seats to become a majority in the party of 2024. Why? You get the majority, you still ain't gonna do nothing. You was in the majority. You had the House, Senate, and the presidency, and you ain't do jack. Oh, cinnamon, oh. This doesn't impress us. This doesn't mobilize us. You trying to hire an advertising firm to come up with some heartstring pulling on black people's coattails and trying to mess with our emotions and things like that. That ain't working. The CBC, Congressional Black Coon Congress, is made of mostly immigrants now. It's no foundational black Americans in the majority there. When even then, we got the tethers and the black coons, the FBA coons and the tethers. Well, what's a tether? A tether is the immigrant who latches on to the things that foundational black Americans fought for. They come here, they get the benefits that black Americans, foundational black Americans fought for. And we pushed it that way because we wanted reinforcement when it come to the whole collective. We wanted more blacks to help populate. Now, if it wasn't for the genocide of black people and the anti-black hate, we would be the majority. Matter of fact, if you do a real census, you'll find out we're probably still the majority because black people are not just people from Africa. Black people are not just people from the West Indies. We've always been in this country. We've been in every country. We're the original man. Archaeologists have proven this. No matter what color you are, your DNA goes back to black. But that's another story. The CBC former political director, Nikara Campbell Wallace, is the executive director. She's the former political director for the CBC. She's the executive director of the new fund. Campbell Wallace told The Hill that one of the main goals of the fund will be to recognize that black voters are the backbones of the Democratic Party. They know this, lady. We know this. And they know this. So you're wasting your time. We know we're the backbones. President Biden even said we are the backbones of the Democratic Party. They know. You making the ad ain't gonna make them move to do anything for us. They still gonna push LGBT legislation. They're gonna still push a whole bunch of stuff that we don't have nothing to do with. They're still gonna do it after knowing that we are the backbone. And one of the best way to get paralyzed is somebody to stab you in your spine or to crush that spine. And we see what the Democratic Party is doing. They trying to damage our spine. They got us to the point where we don't even have any backbone. Most of these politicians don't have any backbones, not the CBC. They don't have a spine. They're spineless. But you want to remind us, you want to come up with an ad to remind us that we're the backbone when most of our backbones have been pulled out by this party. We become spineless. Look at what happened in Florida right now. They should be turning up Florida right now. But where's the Democratic Party at? Where's the mobilization about it? I hear nothing, crickets. Oh, they'll talk about it, but won't be about it. When black voters turn out, they turn out. And they fight for democracy. Yes, we do. But you're not the purveyors of democracy. Don't you dare think that. You think you do, but I'm letting you know, you're not the purveyors of democracy. Both of you are horrible. Both of you are fascists, just in different ways. Both of you anti-democracy, just in different ways. The organization shares the mission and goal of CBC PAC, which is focused on recruitment. This will be an avenue to really target folks in the battlefield district that are crucial for us to take back the White House in 2024. You take back the White House.
You ain't gonna do shit, nigga. You ain't gonna do shit. You ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna just sit.
So, folks, you're wasting your energy, you're wasting money, stuff like that. You'd be better off just giving that money to, to the community outreaches. You'd be better off doing that because this stuff ain't gonna work. The Roll and See Action Fund will target districts that have around 8% or more Black voting age population. The goal is to invest 8 figures into mobilization efforts and campaigns, Campbell Wallace said. But the fund will also focus a year-round political investment in Black communities. Something many activists have said doesn't happen. Though Black voters consistently cast their ballots for Democrats, and that is changing in higher numbers than any other racial group, and you know this, the Democrats have faced criticism from activists who accuse politicians of avoiding Black voters areas until a little more than a week before Election Day, which is true. Now, I seen Robert F. Kennedy meet with the TWU workers, an organization I'm familiar with, Progressive Action. Great. But we need you to start visiting these Black neighborhoods, RFK. Now, we know Cornel West will go to the Black neighborhoods. He need to go. But Biden ain't going to no Black neighborhood. He going to the Black church. That's not going into a Black neighborhood. The Rolling See Action Fund comes after 2022 midterms, so I reckon a number of Black candidates run and win their elections. At the federal level, the CBC welcomed its largest cohort ever with 58 members. Congress also saw Representative Hakeem Jeffries, Democrat in New York, make history last year as the first Black lawmaker to lead a congressional party. Whoop-de-freaking do. You talking about the man that kisses Nancy, that was a big, huge kiss up to Nancy Pelosi. Always undermining Black people. He undermined his own district of Brooklyn, New York. Oh, pretty Ricky, they call him. Think he all that with the green eyes. And I always tell people, man, sometimes you got to check people's loyalty when you look at who they married to. And I know color has nothing to do with it, but sometimes it do. Think Clarence Thomas. Look at even the LGBTQ, and look at Don Lemon, Jonathan Capehart. Look at our current press secretary. Look at our vice president. Look at our new judge. Congress also, I already read that. House Democrats nearly saw the nation's first Black speaker, with all 212 Democrats nominating Jeffries in January. But with the Republican majority, those hopes were squashed when Representative Kevin McCarthy took the speakership. Representation does matter. You have to see yourself in order to be what you see, Campbell Wallace said. Having all these voices at the table with different thoughts, different types of Black people, because we know Black people are not a monolith, really lends itself to that. Though the fund will focus mainly on federal election, it does plan to partner with grassroots organizations as well. One of the groups of voters they'll be focused on is Black men. So they're going to try to focus and target on Black men. Why is that? Because Black men are the foreseers. We see ahead. We're the nurturer. We're not the nurturers, but we're the warrior class. That's why they work so hard to minimize the warrior class and make us feminine as I don't know what. We're warriors. We are the warrior class. And we have a vision, a God-given vision to see the future. So when your man go one way, you should follow him because he's going that way for a reason. He is a foreseer. He could see in the future what's going to go on. That's why a lot of Black men are leaving. Now, a lot of Black women are starting to follow. But we're not just leaving these political parties just to leave it. We know and seen and experienced that they don't have our best interests at heart. And we realize that if we don't start making some real big moves now, today, right now, And we love our brothers in the diaspora, but they're trying to replace us. They're trying to undermine our mission of getting what's rightfully ours by putting people of color, by putting black people in place with regular FBA names, styling like an FBA, when a lot of them are anti-black black people. Anti-black. Let me put it this way: anti-foundational black Americans. So the politicians to try to run them for office, try to put them in political power to do their bidding. We're going to talk about that. Now, I'm not going to talk about that right now, but they're the one that's in the forefront saying we don't need reparations and we need to get rid of critical race theory. We need to stop this victimization mindset and stuff like that. We, Negro, you just came here in 1969, 70. The Democratic Party has been struggling with black men in recent years in 2020, and rightfully so. And you're going to start struggling with the women too. And ain't nothing you're going to be able to do about it. In 2020 election saw black men support for the Democrats drop to its lowest point in history. What, 2, 3, 4 points? We still was in the 90s. Let's say we was in the 80s. That's still the second highest demographic for the Democrats. We're still number 2. If the women were number 1 lately, we're number 2. So we're still not your problem. So why are you trying to spend all this money and reach out to us like we don't know what the hell we're doing, because we do, when you should be spending that money reaching out elsewhere? The black man is not your problem. We're going to be your problem, but we're not your problem. The problem is you. Though 80% of black men, you hear that? 80% supported Joe Biden in 2020 compared to 82%. 2% drop. Hillary Clinton in 2016, the level of support has reached the 95% support of Barack Obama won in 2008, according to the NBC. Yeah, we felt that this was our time, and we're going to get a black brother shot. He's talking good. He's sounding good. Let's see if he's going to do good. So we went out there and did the vote for him, 95%. You expect to get 100%? Are you really kidding me? You're lucky you got 95%. You're lucky you're getting 80 from men. Because we're starting to take the advice of our elder, Malcolm X, who said this.
We suggest that Negroes vote for in the coming election.
I wouldn't suggest that they vote for any party or either party. I would suggest that the so-called Negroes become politically mature, realize the power that they hold in the field of politics, and then once the person who is running is aware that this man is awakened to the power that he holds, then that person who is running will approach that Negro on a more intelligent plane. As it is right now, most of the Negro leaders sell out to the white politicians for crumbs. And an awakening, a political awakening among Negroes will make it impossible for the present Negro leaders to sell our people out as they've been doing in the past.
Well, you do think Negroes should vote?
Negroes should do whatever is necessary to bring about a complete solution to their problem. When I say whatever is necessary, they should have the flexibility to do whatever is necessary to solve the problem.
Why are you putting a target on us? The problem is your leaders. It's not black men's fault. It's your leaders. We know what we're doing. This is a strategic plan that we put in place because we know more than you. We see in the future when it comes to our class, when it comes to our people, we see in the future, and we're going to do whatever we need to preserve it. So this is on purpose. And ain't no ad that you're going to spin up that's going to make me go out there and do that. There's no voting shaming that's going to work on us. We're going to shame you. And I don't care who you are. I got family my members that staunch Democrats. I don't care. I see what's going on. You may not see it because you're just a regular old voter that don't really look into politics. But there's something in here that tells us to go this way. It's an inward unction that a man has. A woman has a motherly instinct, but a man has an inward unction that we believe we get from the higher power that tells us what to do and where to go. Even though we might not believe it, it's still an inward unction. Now, we're going to look at this ad. Give me a moment. Yeah, buddy, we're going to look at this ad. Give me a moment. And we're going to go over this ad.
it's not just you. Wondering where this is all going. Wondering what we're going to do. This week, this month, this year. Wondering how much more anger, how much more disappointment you can take. I know you're tired. I am too. But what if I told you being tired was a good thing when you're a sleeping giant? And needing a moment to breathe is necessary when you breathe.
Man, if y'all go somewhere with this bull crap, I'm tired too. And what's up with this voice? I know what you're going through. I'm tired, y'all, but we got to keep pushing. Man, we're tired of you, and we're tired of them, and we ain't pushing no more. We gonna push all right off a freaking cliff. Enough is enough. We're past tired, dude. Enough is a freaking enough. And I don't know why this keep doing this. My freaking mouse.
Breathe life into this country. What if I told you there was a win just on the other side of tomorrow? Would you give up then? What if I told you you were the heartbeat of this country? Always have been, always will be. The most powerful thing it never created. What would you do? How would you feel? Would you feel how much you are loved? Would you feel how much you are feared? Or would you realize you faced more than this already and you've won every time? What if I told you you are the culture?
What if I told you, Negro, you're lying at your behind? We won? What have we won? Are you freaking kidding me? What if I told you you already won? Negro, we ain't won jack. You know who's winning? The Asians. You know why? Because they don't blindly, loyally support the Democratic Party or the Republican Party. You know who's winning? The Arabs. They can come up here and set up a weed shop like nothing, but we the one been going to jail for it for umpteen years. You know who's winning? The LGBTQ community. Most of them predominantly white LGBTQ, black LGBTQ. They think they're going over there to get equal rights, but they're not. They still got the LGBTQ white ones that's pretty much dominating them, but they're the one getting the business contract. They're the one got the companies trying to do whatever they can to kiss their behind. On Pride Month, you can't go into a business without seeing something with a rainbow walking out with a rainbow bag. So when they do that for black people, you go to Rockefeller Plaza and the whole rink got like 20 rainbow flags. A lot of these businesses got rainbow flags. When have they done that for black people? So you're talking about we winning, dude, man? If you don't go sit your behind down.
Culture, you are the voice. You are the engine that makes this all go. Will we even be here without you? What if I told you there was a future being created right now and it couldn't happen without you? Would you create it with me?
Negro, if you don't stop lying. Black folks, if you don't wake the heck up, talking about woke. Y'all got Joe Biden, y'all out sleeping Joe Biden. If you don't wake up, these people are gaslighting you. They're lying to you. What if I told you? Can't you see? We already there. It's there. It's right there. You almost to it.
Oh, you almost had it. You got to be quicker than that.
That's what they're going to do to you in the election. Oh, almost had it.
The power is yours. Join us.
Not like the music. Spit some bars on that bad boy. But man, if you don't shut your mouth and sit down, paid for by Rolling Sea Action Fund, waste of your money. Money you could have been used for doing mutual aid, for helping the homeless, for feeding the poor. All that money. See, for some reason, I have a feeling that, we have certain people that get a check from the Democratic Party. Some people who white, who are anti-Democratic Party establishment, then he gets married to a Karen and blondes his hair, and now he's full-blown, I should have voted for Joe Biden. This lady's getting a check. They're funding, they're making her a business with this horrible gaslighting ad. Well, the leader of this PAC or this video company decides to show up on Morning Joe.
And you've won every time.
That's a snippet of an ad by the newly launched hybrid PAC, Rolling Sea Action Fund. The PAC supports the Congressional Black Caucus. Its goal is to mobilize black voters ahead of the 2024 election in an effort to flip the House back to a Democratic majority. Joining us now, Rolling Sea Action Fund Executive Director Nakara Campbell Wallace. She's the former political director for the Congressional Black Caucus PAC, and it's good to have you. We saw the ad. Talk more, if you could, about what the strategy.
All right, and she just is smiling like, like she's really doing something. Girlfriend.
Strategy is to make that a reality.
Well, thank you so much for having me here today. And so Rolling Sea Action Fund is my love letter to black voters. It is really making sure that we understand that black voters are the cornerstone of the Democratic Party, but also champions of American democracy. And when black voters turn out, you know, democracy wins. And so for everyone who
democracy win when we go out and vote. So you're saying democracy lose if we don't? We never really had, black people really haven't had the democracy equal to white people. We never had it. And I know some of my immigrant buddies out there thinking, oh, you just complain. Man, if you don't shut your mouth, you just came here in 1970. You don't understand what we went through. You heard, but you don't understand. So you don't get to talk about this subject.
Shut the
And you know it doesn't work for you. You're the same skin color. At the end of the day, you go to Forsyth, Georgia, and you ride around in your car. They ain't gonna think about you being a Nigerian. They ain't gonna think about you being a Jamaican. All they see is a black man, and they're gonna treat you like a black man because there are people who hate you for your skin color, not your freaking nationality. There's a difference between a white Jamaican, a Chinese Jamaican, and a black Jamaican. All of them Jamaicans because they all born and raised in Jamaican. Jamaica is mostly black, but it's not a color. It's not a race. It's not a color. Haitian is not a color. Nigerian is not a color. It's just a nationality. Foundational Black American is not a color. It's a nationality. The color part is the black. So you're a black Nigerian. You're a black Jamaican. You're black Trinidadian. But you can't speak on our behalf when it comes to this. Now, this reach out going out to everybody, the whole diaspora. They're trying to get black people to come out. But you're not going to get anybody coming out with a condescending answer like this. And you sit up here smiling and grinning. Let's go back to the beginning of this.
I am too. But what if I told you being tired was a good thing when you're a sleeping giant?
No,
and
we're
needing a
tired of
moment to
you.
breathe is necessary when you breathe life into this country. What if I told you there was a win just on the other side of tomorrow? Would you give up then? What if
You hear that? There's a win just on the other side of tomorrow. We've been hearing that same old crap for almost 50 years. I was born in 1968. I'll be 55. We've been hearing that mess, talking about the next phase of civil rights, and it never happened. What if I told you it's right there on the other side? Negro, you put up roadblocks. We can't get to the other side. You talking about a wall in Mexico. You've been putting up a virtual wall on black people since forever. And here she is talking about black people getting out. If black people don't vote, then they're hurting our democracy. If they do vote, no, we'll vote, but we ain't voting for Democrats. And I'm not voting for a Republican. We're tired of you two taking over and not doing anything. We're tired of getting you over the hump. We're tired of, we know we're the backbone. And we getting tired of being stabbed in the backbone.
I told you you were the heartbeat of this country? Always
What is she
have been,
doing? She having a
always will
seizure
be
or something?
The most powerful thing it never created. What would you do? How would you feel? Would you feel how much you are loved? Would you feel how much you are?
This thing get on my nerves. And they're doing every black stereotype that you can think of. Nobody does the Harlem Shake no more. What was that all about, man? She looked like she was having a seizure. Then you got people playing basketball. Then you got people singing. We ain't nothing but a bunch of entertainers to these people. They don't show us being doctors, lawyers. They'll show the black immigrants from Nigeria, stuff like that, being doctor, lawyer. They'll show the jet, real black supermodels, but won't show the FBA black or that. No, we was the talk of the town. We were going in those positions, and they undermined in those positions and opened the doors for everybody else from all over the world to come in those positions. And now they're doing priority picking. But now they want to come to us for a vote, and then they're going to come up with this bullcrap, condescending, gaslighting ad.
Feared. Or would you realize you faced more than this already, and you've won every time?
No, we didn't. Stop lying.
That's a snippet of an ad by the newly launched hybrid PAC, Rolling Sea Action Fund. The PAC supports the Congressional Black Caucus. Its goal is to mobilize black voters ahead of the 2024 election in an effort to flip the House back to a Democratic.
So they want to use ads like this to try to get us back in line. That's what it is. They're trying to get us back in line. Oh, these Negroes bucking, man. We got to find some entertaining way to get them back in line because we can't put a gun to their head. Boy, sure wish we could, but we can't. We can't threaten them. We can't crack a whip. But let's get a nice little video to pull on the heartstrings. They ain't pulled on nothing. It's a swift kick in my balls, this doggone ad. You want to mobilize us to take back the House and the Senate to do what? Because you didn't do it the last 4 years when you had it all. And the reason why you're not in charge of it all is because you didn't do nothing for black people. And black people decide to say, hey, I'm kind of postponing. You got a lot of immigrant blacks that's going on the Trump train. They love some Trump, man. Now, my Haitian brothers, man, I got some Haitian brothers that staunch Democrat, but I got some Haitian brothers that straight up, they hollering Trump and DeSantis. And I just want to, I just look at them, man. So you're rolling out this ad, spending money that the Democratic Party gave this PAC that they could have gave toward mutual aid to come out with a condescending, gaslighting ad like this.
Democratic majority. Joining us now, Rolling Sea Action Fund Executive Director Nakara Campbell-Wallace. She's the former political director for the Congressional Black Caucus.
So former political director, somebody gave her some money and she started this ad campaign business. And look at her, young girl, attractive, but not that bright. Not that bright. And you can tell in this freaking interview where she talks about what we are, but she don't talk about what they're not providing us to get us to the freaking pole. Hope and change ain't gonna do it. Change that you can believe in ain't gonna do it. Or keep hope alive ain't gonna do it. Together forever. Get out of here with that crap.
PAC, and it's good to have you. We saw the ad. Talk more, if you could, about what the strategy is to make that a reality.
Well, thank you so much for having me here today. And so Rolling Sea Action Fund is my love letter to black voters. It is really making sure that
This is her love letter to black voters. This mess? This condescending mess? So what you're basically saying is, baby, I know I cheated. And I cheated bad. I know there's a video out on me with 5 dudes. Got me rolling around like I'm a rotisserie on a stick in a heated oven. I know, but I love you. We gonna make it. We'll make it to the other side. No, we don't. It's over with. She don't get out my face with that mess. You were rolling around like a rotisserie. Them dudes had you all kind of like a pretzel. You think I want to be with you? No, it's over with. Love letter. Get out of here, girl.
We understand that black voters are the cornerstone of the Democratic Party, but also champions of American.
You understand. You understand. Understanding ain't getting nothing done for us. Being the champions ain't got us no world championship belt. Everybody else getting a shot at the title, but the number one contender. What kind of mess is that?
Democracy. And when black voters turn out, democracy wins. And so for everyone who's watching us back home.
No, that is not what happened. When black people turn out, the Democratic Party win. You are not democracy. You got Democratic in your name, but that doesn't mean democracy. Republicans don't represent democracy. You guys don't represent democracy. All of you guys got some kind of slide to the hand, evil, ugly ways about yourself. Get out of here with this mess.
Please check us out on rollingc.org.
So, Nakar, that's a great ad.
Yeah, check her out. Check her out. Like, get out of here. Check her out. Chick, get out my face. That's what I'm doing. I'm checking you out. Chick, get out my face with this condescending bullcrap ad. Oh, you're almost there. Oh, you almost had it. Which, if you don't go somewhere with that crap, oh, you almost had it. Keep trying. Shut up. How this thing getting on my nerves? This freaking mouse.
It's very moving and inspirational. It's sort of different for political ads. It seems
Yes.
like taking a turn to take a different.
It's moving for who, lady? Some old lady, 65 years old, go to Mount Sinai Baptist Church. Is it moved maybe to my mother or somebody else's mother? Oh, pull on my arms. My mother's like, no, I'm tired of this mess. I ain't voting no Republican, but I ain't just voting for any Democrat. But I know at the end of the day, because she's a staunch Democrat, whoever's the nominee, she's going to support. I'm not that dude. I'm just not that dude. Never was and never will. I don't vote for evil, lesser or greater. I vote for good. And if I don't see a lot of good in you, I'm not voting for you. If I see a history of good with you and the things that you do, I'll probably vote for you. That's why I got my eyes on, and it's not official yet, Cornel West. Oh, wrote about Robert F. Kennedy. Well, let me see Robert F. Kennedy go talk about what he's going to do for the black community. I haven't heard anything about him doing reparation, at least reparation in the Green Party platform. That's a major plank for them. They need to work on that, get with Claude Anderson, but that's a major plank with them. Always been like that for a while. Since the old days when I first voted for Jill Stein in 2018. But let me finish.
Different approach. There's a lot of Democrats that are concerned about drop-off in support for Biden among black voters, drop-off in support for Republicans generally, numbers for...
Why are you worried about drop-off in support for black people when we want pushing? We are the ones that's always giving you the win. The problem is not with black people, Democrats. Your issue is not with black voters. Your issue is white women voters. Your issue with male voters. And your issue is with voters of culture. How come the Arabs is not pushing you over 90% or 80% when you're helping them get the vouchers and everything to start all the businesses around here? Italian pizza place used to be Italians, but now it's Arabs. The weed shops, we went to jail for it the most, but it's the Arabs that's opening the legit weed shops, not black men. And these people not voting for you? 3 days she came out with a hate crime bill, and we've been trying to get a hate crime bill for centuries. You guys something else, man. You guys are something else. Oh, this is moving. Oh, so that's gonna make you vote, white lady? This don't move you to vote because you're the ones that don't vote for Democrats. Most of you vote Republican. Most of the Latinos, a lot of Latinos, maybe the Dominican and the Puerto Ricans, they vote Democrat, but most of the Cubans and a lot of other Latinos, they vote conservative. They're traditional family conservative people. So they vote for Republicans. So your problem ain't with black people. Your problem is with yourself, lady, your people, white women. You need to get an ad out and get them out to vote, sister. Your problem, sister, ain't black votes. You can't. How you gonna be so condescending, giving us an ad to try to motivate us to get out there and vote? And we, at the worst, voted 80%. Still well over 50%. Still more than anybody. And you gonna target us, and you're not gonna target her?
For Trump and inching up in the African American community. Talk about what you think that's, why that's happening and what you all.
Now let's see if she's going to tell the truth.
That in 24.
For sure. Black voters, when you talk to them frequently, often, and early, they turn out in droves. We turn out 80 to 90%. Black women.
Black people, if you talk to them early, the problem, it ain't with you talking to. It ain't got nothing to do with the time that you talk to black people. It got everything to do with you coming to talking to us, listening to us, and letting us tell you what you gonna do. And if you don't do it, you ain't getting the position. You're not getting the power. This is what you gonna do. And I'm gonna grade you. And I better start seeing you do it right away. I'll forget a second term. If I had a way to recall you, I recall your butt out. You got to start doing what we do. You've been doing for everybody else but us. So sister ain't got nothing to do with getting out early. And again, this conversation shouldn't be about if you talk to them, we'll get out and we get out and we get out and we make things happen. That's not the problem, girl. The problem is them. Your ad need to be targeting them if you want to win, not us. And you're not going to get all of us. There's a lot of conservative values that black people embrace and love. I have some liberal in me. I have some conservative in me. I got some capitalists in me. I got some socialists in me. And I know some people say, oh, you can't mix it up. No, I like having a business and I like making money. I'm not a vulture capitalist. I'm not a venture capitalist. I just like, I don't know if you want to call that capitalism, but I believe in starting a business and finding a market and winning. That's just me. Now, my other brothers and friends that I watch and stuff like, they're not like that. They believe, they're communists, some of them Marxists, some of them socialists, friends of mine. Then I got some friends that are they believe in capitalism. They own businesses, they run business and, real estate and all that kind of stuff. Still my friends. We got different ideologies. Your target is not black people. Your target is not black men. And if you're trying to shoot for us, we're going to shoot you back because we'll let you know the reason why we're not going to vote. And ain't no ad, no pixie dust or nothing's going to get us out there. If we don't start seeing some movement on our mandate, forget about our vote. Our vote is a commodity. Our vote is a commodity. If you want this vote, you're not going to just get it. You ain't going to come up with no ass. You ain't going to sweet talk us or none of that. You better come to the table and let's do some business. And lately, you've been foul in your business endeavors and you've been doing business with everybody but us. And we the one that got you in business. Look at her hands all up.
And are the best voters in America, right? The
Superheroes.
most consistent voters in America.
Yeah.
Either party.
Superheroes.
Yeah.
Yes. And so we're going to make sure that we're talking to them early.
Superheroes, he called us. If you don't go somewhere with that condescending bull crap. Oh, we're going to make sure, yeah, we're the best voters. That's right, white lady. We are the best voters. If you didn't get, let me tell you something. Being the only solid people to keep you in power and we don't get nothing for it, make us masochists. We're putting in all this pain and labor to get you over the hump, and you ain't doing nothing for us. Are you freaking kidding? And you want us to continue to go with the status quo and keep going through it, and oh, forget about y'all self, forget about we got to do this for the democracy. We got to stop these fascists. You mean the fascists in your own party? The undemocratic people in your party? You got just as much as fascists and Nazis and bigots in your party as you do the Republican Party. Yours just a little covert. It's not overt. And yes, white lady, you're right. You need to get your vote out. She don't need to be talking about an ad targeting us because we get the job done. And my thing is, you need to stop putting your commodity out there. You need to stop slut voting. You need to stop giving it up. You got to stop giving up the nappy dugout for somebody who ain't going to do nothing for you. The days of one night standing these Democrats is done. No, I need some tangibles. I need a relationship. Yes, tangible. Understand the word because I know you don't like it. Tangible. Everybody else getting tangibles. It's time for us to start getting tangibles. And not the tangibles that they want to throw our way like a doggone Emmett Till statue or Michelle Obama Supreme Court. That ain't our tangible. They ain't gonna pay no bill around here. They ain't gonna help us start nobody. Go, no, tangible. I'm really appalled that this young lady, she's young, nice looking lady, probably got a nice brain, but she's clueless. She's so far in the cult that she can't see the real problem is these people who've been leading the cult. The numbers of white people in the Democratic Party, and they're the one leading the party, but the number of them going out to vote is nowhere near ours. Yet they're leading the party. But they depending on you to keep them in the position to lead the party. When you're in the position to say, as Malcolm X say, hey, well, I got the position to, put you in the White House or send you to the doghouse.
22 million black victims of Americanism are waking up, and they're gaining a new political consciousness, becoming politically mature. And as they develop this political maturity, they're able to see the recent trends in these political elections. They see that the whites are so evenly divided that every time they vote, the race is so close they have to go back and count the votes all over again. And which means that any block, any minority that has a block of votes that stick together is in a strategic position. Either way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who go to the White House and who stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You can keep Johnson in Washington, D.C., or you can send him back to his Texas cotton patch. You're the one who sent Kennedy to Washington. You're the one who put the present Democratic administration in Washington, D.C. The whites were evenly divided. It was the fact that you threw 80% of your votes behind the Democrats that put the Democrats in the White House. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they've brought it up and gotten it out of the way, and now they bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first and they put you last. Because you're a chump.
And you need to wake up to that, black people. You got the power to send them to the White House or the doghouse. Why would you send them to the doghouse? Because they've been abusing you. Man, when that woman keep getting neglected, that Negro he may make it to the couch. But sooner or later, she's going to get tired of him and she ain't going to want him on the couch. She's throwing this stuff out. And you don't think you should be thinking the same way when somebody abuse you and take advantage of you? And you doing all this work to keep this relationship going and they not doing anything in return? Man, come on. I'm almost done.
Early, frequently, with this always-on engagement strategy, targeting districts that have about 8% or more Black voting age population, because we know that when Black America wins, America wins.
Here we go with this stuff.
Cara, is there any geographical focus to this effort?
Come on, man. Yeah, what she said, because we know when Black America wins, America wins. Kamala Harris said the same thing. Well, we know when Black America benefit, we all benefit. The problem is we ain't been winning. Everybody else been getting the win but us. And we're saying it's time for us to win. And we don't need Democrats or Republican to get the job done. All we need is to detach, regroup, then attack strategically through our political mind. We're not your sluts. We're not your whores. You ain't gonna be flying us out. And if you fly us out, you think you're gonna get something for us and you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be pissed off when you realize you're not. I had a friend of mine, he flew this girl out to New York, put her up in the hotel and everything. You're like, yo, man, I'm on this money, man, Rob, man. She wouldn't even let me touch it. I'm like, you the fool. If you know she wasn't about it, you don't fly nobody here. She ain't about it. She fly herself. I'll visit her, but I'm not going to be putting my heart up or earn money to fly somebody out to New York, put them in a hotel, and we ain't going to have no good time. No, it don't work that way. And it don't work that way here. We're fed up. Stupid ass like this. And here come these bootlickers.
You know, are you focusing on the big metros, in Philadelphia, Atlanta? Where's the focus?
Where Black people are, we're talking to them. So that means rural voters, that means urban voters. We know that Black people are not a monolith. And so I'm a product of.
Here you go, bootlicking like I don't know what. Oh, Jesus, this thing getting on my nerves, man. I got to come off these softwares like this. I got to come off this software. We're going everywhere. You ain't been going everywhere. And why you're going? No, we need you to get your white counterparts out here to come out here so we can tell them the deal. Because who are you? You're ad girl. How you going to talk to us? We don't need you to come talk to us. We need your political leaders to come talk to us because we're going to tell them in the face, if you don't start implementing our demands, then you ain't going to be in that position. And you ain't going to threaten us with no Trump, no DeSantis, because we're going to tell them the same way. It's not the first time we had to deal with old bigots and fascist, racist bigots. We've always had. We'll put them on lock just like we did before. And we're going to start dealing with these fools too. Black people, we're going to talk about this in the future. You need to start, it's pull-up season. You need to start dealing with these people. These people start passing laws and policies that hurt your community. You're supposed to be out there turning it up. Protesting like a mug. And New York wouldn't be having that mess. People out here trying to lie. They were already lying to us when it comes to our history anyway. They're going to lie even more. You're going to allow that to happen, but we'll talk about that later. But no, once again, people, Black people is not the problem with the Democratic Party, because at the end of the day, even if some of us do leave, it's got to be by the droves to really hurt them. If they were able to reach out to white people, just like they reach out to, if they was going to put the blame on white women and white men like they put the blame on us, and put our ass to reach them like they put our ass to reach us, they probably wouldn't lose. They solely depend on the black votes to stay in power. They're not depending on Asians. They're not depending on LGBTQ. They're not depending on Latinos. They're depending on black people, because they know how we get down 80 to 90%. Oh, we'll take the Latino votes. We'll take all this, but man, we know they're not going to be voting like these black people, man. These black people vote, man. The moment they dip, man, we in big trouble. Yes, you are. And we're dipping. Why? Because you're looking out for people who are not even putting you in power, barely putting you in power, and we the one that's definitely putting you in power, but you keep neglecting us. But let me keep going. Let me keep going. This thing, man.
That my family's from Texas, my mom's from Baltimore, my family's from everywhere. So we're going to make sure we're talking to black people in the Midwest, the South, the North, everywhere.
Nikara, good morning. It's great to have you on the show. I'm curious.
First of all, how she get to be a celebrity on the show? And when you're coming to talk to black people, what are you going to talk to them about? That's my question. All right, you show up in our small towns, you show up in our big city. How are you going to fulfill our demands? Because this is what it's about. This is not about, oh, you need to get out and vote. We need to vote. Look here. You got to get out and there and vote. My legacy on the line. It ain't about just voting. Voting is good. Voting help you get the power that you need, but it don't help us get our power. How do we know? Because we've been voting for you for almost 50 years. And where's the power? Where's the black power? Where's our schools, like the Jewish have? The Jewish people have their own schools. Where's our school? Where are the black schools? Where's our ability to teach true history, like the Jewish people get to teach in their classrooms, their true Jewish history? Where's that? Where's the funding? Where's our buses to pick our kids up to take us to our school where we can train them our way? Where's that? And these people all giddy over some old one funky week behind ad that's reaching out, supposed to reach out to black people, which ain't doing nothing, when they the ones that need to be reached out. Yes, Willie Geist and his people need to be reached out, because they the ones that's in power but don't vote like black people vote. And that's crazy. That's an oxymoron. But let's listen to this moron.
I know, just like every other voter in the country, it's the economy for black voters and how that's going, and things do seem to be getting better. And
well, I know, like any other, it's the economy. How do you know it's the economy for black people? No, we have a black agenda that we want you to implement. Economy is so low on the totem pole when it comes to that. One of the main things we need to happen is a black hate crime bill. They ain't got nothing to do with the economy. It gets me, man. These white people talking for us and don't even know us, don't spend no time with us, don't have no quality connection with us, but you want to say what we need. Why? Because you heard it from a think tank or something like that? And you look at it, this sister like she's some expert in black people, and that she's a leader of black people. You go, I bet you I can go to any part of New York and I can say, do you know who this chick is? And I'm like, I don't know, but you got her number? That's about it. She's just a cute, good-looking woman on TV that's getting money from the Democrats that they probably don't even know about. I'm like, who is this lady right here? I don't know, man, but I would like to know who she is. That's it. She's nothing, nobody to black people. Just like you, Willie Geist, is nothing to nobody to black people. Well, how can I be something to black people? You need to start listening to us. You need to start doing what we tell you to do. It ain't about just voting. It's about carrying our platform, carrying our agenda, and pushing it to the moon.
Inflation, we got a good number last week for the country that's down. But what else beyond the economy do you feel like black voters are focused on as they head into the voting booth next year?
I think that we're focused on voting rights. We're focused on this extreme Supreme Court that has now attacked affirmative action. They have attacked.
She's going to sit there and say what we're focused on, black people. First of all, sister girl, black people are not Democrats. Black people are black people. Black people are not Republicans. We're not Democrats. We vote that way, but we should never identify that way. Malcolm X said the person who identify themselves this way is a detriment to their race. You don't identify with a party. That's occultism. You don't know what black people need. See, what they do is they go to the black community and they have a clipboard and they say, check off your most important needs. Check off. In other words, they already put down what black people need, and these people just check off, okay, yeah, I need that. But what they really need ain't on the paper. And they won't put it on the paper because they figure that they won't be able to control those things. Now, we've stepped outside of party politics and we're starting a voting block and we're saying, I'm going to tell you exactly what we need in the community. This is what the community needs. Now, here you go. Get to promoting and get to pushing. If you're not going to be promoting and pushing our agenda, don't ask us to go to a poll. You can make 50 million videos. We ain't watching it. And it probably got maybe barely 1,000 views on that video that's supposed to change black people, that's supposed to motivate black people to just rush to the poll. Get out of here, man. And another thing, I'm sorry, folks. I'm going to have to tell you. Now, people in the North, maybe California, maybe DC, maybe Philly, they care about abortion rights. But most of the rest of the country, black people are conservative on that issue. And I'm one of them. I don't think you should be, if you're going to be having sex all willy-nilly, not strapping it up, not taking a shot, not getting your P game on, you know what I'm talking about? Got to hurry up. Whew, that was close. Whew. You know what I mean? If you're not good at that and you mess around and get somebody pregnant, I mean, y'all need to have a real good reason to get rid of that child. I'm not that dude. I'm not that dude to say, hey, all right, yeah, I don't want to deal with another baby. Here, about $400, go get your abortion. No, I'm not that dude. Doctors say you can't have it. Doctors say there's a chance that you're going to really hurt this in yourself, or this is going to happen to you. You got to. That's another story. But your sister coming to the house and you, oh, what's wrong? What's wrong, sis? I called Chuck with another woman. Oh, God. And I just told Chuck I was 3 months pregnant. Girl, you getting rid of this child. Man, if y'all don't sit y'all behind down, that's what you call a coward to me. And I know some of y'all ain't going to agree with it, but it is what it is. That's a coward. That's a coward. Back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, they really did that. And even in the 70s and 80s, when we got a lot of kids, a lot of girls that went to school with us, they didn't run down to no abortion clinic. No, mama said, you having this baby, and have that baby, and that baby end up being a great productive person in society, if it's raised right. So she's not going to sit here and try to talk for us. And she said, we're not an anomaly. Yeah, I'm a monolith. Well, I keep saying anomaly. We're not a monolith. But yeah, you speaking like you talked to all us. And you didn't.
at everything about us. And so now we know we have to fight like hell to make sure that we protect American democracy.
All right, rolling C action.
So you're going to tell us that we got to fight like hell to protect Americans' democracy. But America don't fight like hell to protect us and what we consider democracy. So we are going to be the ones that's going to be told that we have to say democracy. No, the hell, we ain't going to be the ones told that we got to say democracy. We've been saving this democracy since this country got founded. Every war that you think about, foundational Black Americans fought in those wars. Those who came from Africa, those who were already here as Aborigine, Native American, Black Indians fought in those wars with the promise that we were going to get our freedom. As soon as we win, get your butt back on that field. And they want to sit there and talk, say we learned something from being a slave. Yeah, we learned something all right, but it ain't what you think about it. We learned how slimy and grimy and scum you guys were. And you don't want your kids to know how scummy you were, and that's what you call critical race theory. It's not up to Black people to save the democracy. We've been saving this democracy since day one. Get out of here. It's your job to do right by Black people. That's saving democracy. You owe us, pay your debts. That's saving democracy. The reason this democracy is in shambles is because you're neglecting your very own. And when you neglect your very own, there's a hedge of protection that gets ripped away when you habitually become an infidel and don't take care of your own. Scriptures say you're worse than the infidel. If you're not taking care of your own, because you guys are well taken care of, the white settlers and their descendants are well taken care of. And if they're not well taken care of, somebody squandered their wealth. And whose fault is that? It ain't Black people's fault. But yet Black people get some wealth, you get jealous and find some way to rip it away from us. And then you look for ways not to make it hard for us to ever get it again. And you got the nerves to talk about saving democracy. Woman, if you don't get out of my face with that, get the heck out my face.
Action Fund Executive Director Nakara Campbell-Wallace, thank you very much for being on this morning. We'll be following every step of the way.
No, you need to be following every step of the way. Your people. Guys, I'm done with this particular segment. Let me rephrase everything that I've been saying. It is not Black people's fault if a Democrat don't win. You've been taking advantage of the Black vote forever. 90%. 80%. If it dipped down to 60%, we're still your best voters. If you don't keep it at 90% or 80%, don't look at Black people. There's a reason why they ain't voting for you. There's a reason why a lot of them going to the Republican Party. I don't know why. I'm like, both of y'all suck. And I'm not participating in none of your games. And I'm not part of none of your cults. This is a business transaction. Once I see you do right by Black people, you can get our vote. And I need to see what you're doing. I don't need no symbolism. Don't tell me about no Emmett Till statue. Don't tell me about don't tell me about the Emmett Till statue when you sat there and let that woman die without facing prosecution. Oh, she's too old. Joe Biden sit there and just told the DOJ to don't push prosecuting that lady. We find the arrest warrant. We're trying to get her arrested, and he just ignored it. And now he want to put a statue, and you suckers up there clapping. Yay! The greatest statue was her going to jail. If you need to make these ads, sister, for these people who ain't voting, but getting everything. You're not going to sit there, not on my watch, point a finger at us. If some of us don't want to vote for you, there's a reason why they ain't voting for you. We're not robots, and we're not your pets, and we're not your little boy. We're not your employees. You want us to get out there and put you over the hump? You better make some things happen. You better be talking our language. Black. Not black people, you're the backbone, and you if it wasn't for us, and and all that kind of, not that talk. Tangibles. I ain't gonna do it, girl. You need to take your money, that money they giving you, put it toward mutual aid. If anything, you better start making some ass for them Asians. They got a hate crime bill in 3 freaking days. You better come up with a commercial to get those LGBTQ out there. Man, I can't go nowhere on Pride Month and without seeing big money trying to get their interests. That's why I'm glad they're taking the word pride and they're going to put pride on everything other than gay pride or LGBT pride. The word pride don't belong to LGBTQ people. Scripture said pride come before the fall anyway, so you don't want to be embracing pride. But they're going to start putting that back on everything. Like if you special and you have disabilities, they're going to say pride for that. It doesn't mean gay no more. Pride don't mean gay, never did mean gay, but they wanted to make it an LGBTQ word, and it's not. Anyway, I'm done with this particular segment. Don't let these people sit here and gaslight you with some stupid ad like that. First of all, if she come to you and around your area, you need to get in her face. Who the hell are you to come up with some ad like that saying that you're doing all this stuff and you know you're not doing that. You know they're not doing that for us. They're doing all this stuff for these people over here, but they won't vote like our vote. So the problem ain't with us. The problem is with them. You're talking to the wrong people, sister. The wrong people. And if you sit up there lobbying for money, thinking that you're going to go con and convince black people to get out and vote for people who ain't doing nothing for them, no, it ain't going to happen. Either they're going to be blindly, loyally, like rats following the Pied Piper into the voting booth, just voting straight D's, no, nothing in return. Or they're going to be wise and say, no, the game is up. The jig is up. Sick and tired of this mess. Been 50 years. We've been voting for you in 80 to 90%. But I'm looking around, you doing everything for everybody but us. Well, look here. The next 4 years, let's go ahead with that bull crap. We heard that crap before from you, Obama. Next 4 years, I have no reason not to, do the doggone thing for you. Let's get out there and vote. Nah, we good. How about get out there and put some policies for us instead of symbolism? Hip-hop bill. Get the crap out of that. They ain't doing nothing for us. Get out of here with this stuff, man. All this foolishness. Problem is they think we're dumb idiots and we're just, we can have James Clyburn sit up there and yell at us and cuss us out and call us all kind of names. Y'all stop snowballizing and goddamn vote for Joe. I know Joe. You know Joe. Joe. Man, if you don't sit your old... Anyway, I'm done. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell, get the likes up. And if you want to donate to help brother get a cup of coffee, the information is down there. I appreciate you. God bless you. I'm out. Good morning and good night.